Hey guys, Freetrade is an innovative, commission-free mobile trading platform based on their very own mobile app. And back when they launched in October 2018, they really shook things up in the market by being one of the first platforms to offer commission-free trading in the UK, along with Trading 212, of course. And if we fast forward 5 years, they're now established as one of the main institutions to go to for trading and investing in the UK, and have over 1 million customers. And over the past few weeks, over the past month, I've been testing out the app and am now in the position to review it. But before we get into the video, before we get into the review, I need to say that Freetrade are regulated by the FCA, and your investments with Freetrade are protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. If they weren't, I wouldn't be doing this video. So I think I kept you waiting long enough now. Let's get into the review. And I want this review to be a full assessment of Freetrade's platform. And I want to give you enough information so by the end of the video, you know whether Freetrade is the platform for you or not. And to accomplish this, I'm going to split the video into 3 main parts. So firstly, we're going to go through Freetrade's account types to see if they've got the account type you need. Secondly, we're going to go through a walkthrough review of the app, test out the features, see how good the features are. And thirdly, we're going to compare Freetrade to other platforms to see if there's another platform out there better suited to your needs. So hopefully with all this information, you'll be able to know whether Freetrade is the platform for you. So let's kick off with the accounts Freetrade offers. Freetrade offers 3 main types of accounts. Firstly, they offer a stocks and shares ISA, which provides a tax-free wrapper up to £20,000 per year. Secondly, they offer a SIP, a self-invested personal pension account type. And thirdly, they offer a general investment account where you can invest without any tax efficiencies, without the tax-free wrapper. However, some of the accounts are behind a paywall. Not all the accounts can be accessed with the free membership. The account types you can access is determined by which plan you choose, essentially your membership level. And there's 3 types of membership level. There's the basic membership level, which I've been testing out and gives you access to the general investment account. And this is completely free. There's the standard plan, the standard membership level, which currently costs £4.99 a month, but is due to go up to £5.99 a month in May. And the key advantage of this plan is that it includes ISA access and also a wider pool of stocks and shares. And then thirdly, there's the Plus plan. And the Plus plan currently has a monthly charge of £9.99, but it's due to go up to £11.99 in May. And the key benefit of this plan is that you get access to the SIP account type, as well as the general investment account and stocks and shares ISA account. And the paid plans, the standard and plus plans, do have some benefits. So for example, you get a wider range of stocks, you have automated order types, you have some extra analysis of stocks, and also you get interest on your spare cash. However, the interest rates being offered on Freetrade are nothing special, and this alone should not be a reason to choose a paid membership, as the likes of Chip and Monzo actually offer better rates in their free memberships. The main reason to choose a paid plan is to get access to the ISA and the SIP account types. If you want a stock and shares ISA, then you'll need to at least choose the standard plan. If you want a SIP, then you'll need the plus plan. If you don't want access to these account types, then a basic plan will suffice as you get access to the general investment account, and I'll show you that in the walkthrough review. It's worth saying that for all these plans, the sign-up process is super easy, and that's one of the main selling points of the platform, how easy it is to sign up. You can do it in a few clicks and under 10 minutes. It's so simple. And now we know everything about Freetrade's account types, we can move on to part 2 of the video and go through a walkthrough review of the app itself. Immediately when you open the app, you see 5 main bottom navigation menu options, and these options allow you to navigate to different sections of the app. And in the middle of the screen of the home tab, the portfolio tab, you see a breakdown of your portfolio. So here you see your investments, and I see a graph here right in the middle of the screen showing me my investment performance. And this is a neat feature showing you a timeline. You can play around with it to see how your investments have performed over a specific period. And then below that graph, you get to see the breakdown of your investments. So here you can see the one stock I have with Freetrade, BAE Systems, and I can see the performance of that stock, and I can click on it to find out more information if I want to. So I can see here a graph of that stock's performance over, again, different time periods. I have the buttons to buy and to sell. I can add it to my watch list, and I can see some more details in terms of the average price of the share, the current value, the number of shares I own, the investment gain/loss, some recent activity. There's some good stats here as well. So for example, I can see the dividend yield, I can see the PE ratio. And if I'm not sure what one of these stats means, I can click on the little eye symbol and a tray will appear, telling me everything I need to know about the PE ratio in this case. And if I go down, I can see more information about the cost and charges, about the company itself. So this provides good information about the company. So if I go back to the Home tab, you'll be able to see I only have that one BAE Systems stock, but you can imagine how this would appear if someone had several stocks, like hundreds of stocks. It would just appear as a big list. And then in the middle of the screen with that graph, it will provide a collated overall view of the investment performance. And if I have multiple accounts with Freetrade, I can use this little drop down in the top left hand corner to go down to another portfolio, to look at another portfolio. So this is a neat feature, it's a neat overall home screen to be able to see the performance of each of my investments and the performance overall. So I quite like how simple this is. And if you want to buy a stock on Freetrade's app, this is super easy too. You just head over to the Discover tab right in the middle of the bottom navigation menu, and then you can browse through stocks and funds and other investments. And Freetrade actually has a good amount of investment choice considering their fees. They have bonds, they have stocks, they have REITs, they have ETFs, all available to buy on their app. However, the amount of stocks you can access is determined by which plan, which membership level you have. So for me, on the basic plan, I can only access up to 1,500 stocks. But if you have one of the pay plans, you can access more than 6,000 stocks, with specifically a large pool of US stocks within those 6,000. And if you want to try and browse and find stocks you want to buy, this is super easy on the app. So you can see here, if I scroll down, there's different categories of stock. So funds and stocks are split into categories, and each category forms a row. So for example, there's a row of stocks for popular this week. You can see Amazon, Ultrashot, Alphabet. If I go down, there's stocks specifically within a sector, AI and robotics. So you can see Nvidia, automation, Tesla. There's a stock category for 2022 IPOs. There's a stock category for new US stocks. There's a stock category for big tech. You get the idea. The stocks and funds are nicely split into categories, so you can easily work out which types of stocks you want, whether this category is of interest to you, and you can flick through them. And to browse through the stocks in the category, you simply use the horizontal scroll, or you can select the See All button and go through a list of the stocks. And I prefer the list, but the UI is overall quite clean. I'm not too keen, to be honest, on the horizontal scroll, as it reminds me a bit of a casino or gambling app. And investing apps, in my opinion, should never encourage or replicate 1 ounce of gambling behavior. But anyway, back to stocks and back to their browsing features. And something I do like is that they encourage positive categories. They put positive categories right in front of you, such as AI. And one thing I do like here is the female CEO category, and also the fighting cancer category. So they're actively trying to push you towards companies which do good in this world, which I absolutely love. So that's one way of trying to find a stock you like, and looking through the categories Freetrade provides. The other main way is by using their search functionality in the top right hand corner. So you can search for any stock you want to buy or want to browse through. So for example, if I wanted to buy a stock in Tesla, I just type in Tesla and it would come up. You can see here, I click on it, and immediately when I come onto this page, I can see some more information about Tesla. I can see the performance of Tesla with this graph in the same format as earlier. If I scroll down, I get the information about some stats about Tesla stock. I get some information about Tesla itself as a company. And to buy the stock, it's really, really easy. And a key selling point of Freetrade is that you benefit from fractional investing. So you can invest from as little as £1 and invest in a slice of a share. So for example, if I wanted to invest in Tesla, but I didn't want to buy a full share, or I only wanted to invest £5 worth into Tesla stock, I can do this. I just type in £5. Then you can see here information on the number of shares estimated. I would have 0.0343 worth of shares if I invested £5. And to invest, I just select review order and I confirm buy. I'm not going to do it, but I can confirm the buy here. And you can see the cost is broken down with the FX fee, the latest price, the number of shares, and a total cost at the bottom. So this is really transparent, good information. It makes buying super easy. And if you have a pay plan, you can actually do a limit order, where your order only goes through once the price of a share hits a certain level, a certain preset level you set. And similar functionality also exists on the selling side, where you sell shares only once it reaches the price you want. So you set the price you're willing to sell at, and the share sale will only go through once it hits that price. And I really like this functionality as it ensures you get the price you want, whether it's buying or selling. It's just a pity it's behind a paywall, as the competitor here for Freetrade, Trading 212, has this functionality for free. So I would like to see it introduced for free in the future from Freetrade. But overall, buying and selling on Freetrade's app is super easy. And once you've built your portfolio on Freetrade, once you've done your buying of stocks, once you've done some selling, you can exploit other functionality in the app. So you can head over to Insights, for example, and here you can see some insights about your portfolio performance, portfolio breakdown. You can see the breakdown by cash, stocks, bonds, commodities. You can also see the breakdown by sector, and you can see a breakdown by position. So this is neat functionality just to analyze your portfolio. You can also head over to the Activity tab, where you can see all the information about your shares bought, shares sold, your top-ups, your withdrawals, and any dividends received. All your activity is recorded here, which is quite nice and easy as well. You can filter through dates, and you can also filter your activity by the type of activity, whether it's buy orders, sell orders, dividends, top-ups, withdrawals, interest received. So it's quite cool in that regard, and you can get an overview of all your activity. So it's very, very transparent. And it's one thing I love about Freetrade's platform, Freetrade's app, in that it's so transparent, whether it's topping up, viewing investments, seeing insights, seeing your transactions. Another piece of functionality in the app to look at is functionality within your profile. So if you head over back to the Home tab and click the top right hand corner, here you have options to amend your personal info, and here you also have options to open up different account types, as well as contacting Freetrade, and also having the ability to close your Freetrade account. And I like how easy it is to close the account. It's so simple, and this is refreshing, as a lot of other platforms, not just in the finance world, beyond the finance world, make it quite hard. You have to go through so many hoops, whether that's calling someone up, whether it's finding a specific page on the app. It can be difficult. With Freetrade, this is super easy. And overall, Freetrade's app offers a good amount of choice for investments. It provides a great and simple user experience. It probably does lack information on stocks, specifically analysis, the fundamental analysis of stocks, but I don't have the pay plan, so I can't comment too much here. But nevertheless, Freetrade does the basics very well. And this is the main thing you can ask for a platform with very low fees. So now we've seen the app itself and know what are the good features, what are the bad features of the app, we can move on to part 3 of this video and spend some time going through how Freetrade compares to its competitors. And we're going to see how it compares across 4 main categories. So firstly, stock choice, secondly, fees, thirdly, account types, and fourth, lastly, features. And if we start off with choice, on the pay plans, Freetrade has over 6,000 stocks and ETFs and REITs and bonds available. So there's a choice of over 6,000 investments, which puts it in the mid-range tier for platforms in terms of choice. There's more expensive platforms out there, such as Interactive Investor and Hargreaves Lansdown, which is much more stocks and ETFs available. For example, Interactive Investor has over 40,000 different investments available on their platform, whilst Hargreaves Lansdown has over 12,000 different stocks on their platform and over 2,500 different funds. However, the reason why I'm saying Freetrade is in the middle of the park for investment choice in terms of platforms is because there's also platforms out there with less investment choice. For example, eToro has around 2,500 stocks available on their platform. InvestEngine has around 500 different ETFs available on their platform. So Freetrade is in the middle of the park in terms of investment choice. And to be honest, the stocks and funds on Freetrade will meet the needs of over 90% of investors. So I'm going to rate Freetrade's investment choice compared to its competitors 3 out of 5 here. So not too bad, in the middle. The next category to compare Freetrade to its competitors is fees. And as the name suggests, Freetrade has very competitive fees, and this is a key selling point of the platform. There's 3 main types of fees when it comes to investing platforms. Firstly, platform fee. Secondly, dealing fee for buying and selling investments. And thirdly, currency conversion charges for buying non-UK investments. And Freetrade's platform fees currently range from free on the general investment account to $9.99 for their most premium plus plan. And if you want the stocks and shares ISA, you'll need the $4.99 per month standard plan. And if you want the SIP, you'll need the $9.99 plus plan. And as I mentioned earlier, the standard plan is going to increase to $5.99 per month in May. and the Plus Premium plan will increase to $11.99 at the same time. So the platform fees do vary depending on the membership, the plan level you have with Freetrade. In terms of the dealing charges, there's no charges for buying and selling assets, so there's no dealing fees on Freetrade, which is great. In terms of the third type of fee, FX charge, Freetrade currently has a currency conversion charge of 0.45%, so 0.45%. However, Freetrade plans to increase this in the near future. So this is going to increase to 0.99% for basic plans from April and 0.59% for those on standard plans also from April. But if we compare all those free charges from Freetrade to other platforms, for example, Interactive Investor and Hargreaves Lansdown, which charge per trade, so they have dealing fees, Freetrade is still very competitive, even after we take into account the planned increases. However, I must say that Freetrade is not the cheapest platform in the market. There's Trading 212, which has no platform fees and has a cheaper FX fee at only 0.15%. And there's also Invest Engine, which is the cheaper option if you're only looking at ETFs. So with Invest Engine's DIY option, there's no platform fees and there's no FX fees. But of course you are limited to ETFs only. So if you're looking for stocks, that won't be the platform for you. So overall, in the category of fees, Freetrade is very competitive, and this is one of the main reasons to use Freetrade ahead of other platforms, the low fees. However, it's not the cheapest in the market, and the fees used to be even cheaper. There was a large increase in fees last year, and there's an upcoming increase over the coming months. But overall, it's still very competitive in the fees category, and I'll give Freetrade a rating of 4 out of 5 in this category. The third category is account type, and this is incredibly important as the platform you choose to invest in has got to have the account type you want. And Freetrade has 3 account types, so the General Investment Account, Stocks and Shares ISA, and the SIP. And here, Freetrade either matches or beats most of its competition. The likes of eToro don't have ISA account options, while Trading 212, its direct competitor, doesn't have a SIP account option. So Freetrade is ahead of some of its direct competitors in this category. And for those looking for a easy to use platform to manage their SIP, Freetrade is a great option, as most of the other platforms offering SIPs are much more expensive. The one thing lacking in terms of account types for Freetrade is a LISA, Lifetime ISA Stocks and Shares account. So because of that reason, I won't give it a 5 out of 5, but I will give Freetrade a 4 out of 5 again in this category. The fourth and final category to compare Freetrade is features. And this is where other platforms tend to have advantages. But let's start off with the positives in terms of Freetrade's features. So firstly, you have the ability to buy fractional shares, whereas on platforms such as Hargreaves Lansdown, Interactive Investor and AJ Bell, you don't have this ability to buy just a slice of a share. You also have limit to order functionality on Freetrade, which is great. You have a community on Freetrade. There are 1 million customers. There's a community page, a community forum, although it's not directly on the app. You'll need to go on your browser for this. And on Freetrade, you also have amazing customer experience. I've noticed this myself over the past month. There's a really easy, accessible chat, and there's a number of service agents you can access through that chat. So that's a great plus of Freetrade. But where the platform falls down is the lack of technical analysis compared to the likes of Hargreaves and Interactive Investor. On Hargreaves Lansdown, you can access a huge amount of information on over 12,000 stocks. There's huge amounts of market reports, investor analysis on each of those stocks, which is great. And that's one thing lacking from Freetrade. But the reason why it's lacking is because it has low fees, whereas Hargreaves Lansdown is justifying all this extra information through higher fees. However, there are other platforms out there at the same price point of Freetrade which have additional features, cool features, such as Trading 212 with their Pi feature, which allows you to automate your investments and share your portfolio with others. There's nothing really similar to this in terms of unique functionality on Freetrade. Freetrade focuses on doing the basics very well at competitive fees. And for that reason, Freetrade will still suit most people. The functionality set will suit most people, and it will particularly suit beginners. But Freetrade won't suit advanced investors looking for a bit more information and functionality. It doesn't have those additional features like other platforms, which gives it a unique selling point. It does the basics very well and will suit a certain audience because of that. So 2 out of 5 in this category. And overall, to finish this video, it's clear that Freetrade is an awesome platform, has a great, transparent, easy to use user interface, and is very competitive in terms of fees and stock choice. It's my opinion that Freetrade is suited to those who are beginners or just part-time investors looking for an easy to use, low hassle platform to buy stocks and funds. And if you fancy signing up to Freetrade, there's a link below in the description where you can get a free share up to £200. So check it out if you want a free share. Thanks guys.